Usually when players are on track to set what we would call negative all-time records, like the most strikeouts in a season for a hitter, or the lowest batting average, worst ERA for a pitcher, etc. There's an amount of negative publicity surrounding their performance, and it makes sense. Baseball is every bit as much about condemning poor play as it is celebrating good. Yet, we are currently on track to see one of these very negative records get broken in 2025, but nobody's talking about it, because the player who's trending in this direction is actually putting up a very good overall performance. I'm talking about Junior Caminero and his current mark of 25 double plays grounded into. That number has him on track for a full season pace of 43, which would break the all-time mark held by Jim Rice by a full 7. This means that even if he slows down a bit in this regard, he still will have some ample leeway to surpass Rice. To give you an idea of how ludicrous his performance has actually been so far in 2025, consider that total of 25 would have actually led Major League Baseball last year in a tie with Manny Machado, with only 6 guys getting above 20. But it's actually made even nuttier when you realize that his overall ground ball rate of 46.6% is actually almost 2% lower than the MLB average of 48.2. It's not like he's consistently pounding the ball into the dirt. In fact, he actually has 23 home runs as of today as well, putting him on track for nearly 40 dingers, courtesy in large part to an elite pulled fly ball percentage of 21.4%. In case it wasn't obvious, you can't pull a fly ball into a grounded into double play. That home run total was actually accompanied by some pretty impressive overall numbers as well, including an 800 OPS, 120 OPS plus, and 19 doubles, with his only real other weakness being his avoidance to walking, with just a 294 OBP as a result. But you do have to keep in mind he's just 22 years old, which would actually also make him the only player younger than 23 in the top 45 of the all-time single-season grounded into double play leaderboard. That is, if he manages to hit into at least 3 more before the season's over. Just a truly bizarre, potentially record-setting negative performance that I thought was interesting enough to cover here, as it's somehow possible that a future single-season double play leader could also be a nearly 40 home run hitting franchise player who's barely old enough to legally drink. Now, thank you so much for watching, and please remember that if you ever see anything you'd like to see detailed in the Made the Cut video, whether that be a specific play, player, or narrative surrounding a team or something, feel free to reach out to my email, basebeatpoet@gmail.com, and if I do end up using your idea, I'll of course give you a shout out. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next one.